Well, welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me. If you don't already know me, my name is Jessica Copeland, and I am a leader and a consultant with Epicure. So today I'm going to make for you our amazing butter chicken. It's super delicious, healthy, and flavorful, and it is a family favorite around here. We make it quite often. So I'm going to show you how to take our butter chicken from raw to ready in under 20 minutes. So without further ado, I will get started and show you how I do it. All right. So what do I have here ready to go? If you don't already know, our meal solutions, they come with all the seasoning that you need and comes with the recipe and the ingredients that you'll need from your pantry. So for the butter chicken, we need some butter or oil, and I'm already preheating my my wok with some oil in it. We're gonna saute also a large diced onion. However, I don't like cutting onion, so I'm actually gonna cheat a little bit and use our toasted onion, which is a-okay. So I'm gonna be using that instead. We're gonna need 1 can of coconut milk, 398, mine's 400, same difference. And then we're also gonna need a 1/2 cup of crushed tomatoes. So what I'll do with this is I'll take a 1/2 cup out, use it, and then I'll put the rest in a prep bowl, and I will put some marinara seasoning in it, use it for pizza or pasta again later in the week. So we'll get going with that. And then if you choose, you're gonna wanna have some plain Greek yogurt around, and I'll show you what you need that for. So first what I'm going to do is show you how I make some rice. I'm gonna make some rice, have it going while I get the butter chicken ready. So I'm gonna use my multi-purpose steamer for this. You're not going to need the lid for rice. I find it doesn't, I don't need it, but you are gonna use your insert that it comes with. So there's nothing in here right now. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do. This is just basmati rice. I buy a huge thing from Costco, and we just go through it that way. So I'm just gonna use 1 cup of long grain white rice. So I use basmati, and you're gonna put, I find I just put over double, so like 2 1/4 cups, something like that. It seems to be for my microwave and my time. It's that's what works for us. So I'll just put just over double the liquid, and then I'm going to put some veggie broth in there as well. You can use any of our broths to do this, or any of our seasonings really. I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to pour some on top of there. I'll give it just a quick stir, so you can see what that looks like. Maybe, I don't know if I'll be able to show you. There we go. So I just have my water, my veggie broth, and my plain rice. And that's it. I'm gonna put the tray in without the lid, pop it in there, put it in the microwave for 13 minutes, and then you're gonna have perfectly cooked rice. And if we're not done the butter chicken by then, you'll get to see what that looks like. All right, in there for 13, and that'll be ready by the time our butter chicken is. So let's get going with our butter chicken. Like I said, I've already preheated my wok. It's going right now. I'm gonna bring over my camera so you can see what it is I'm up to here. The angle might not be perfect, but you'll be able to see what I'm doing at least. All right, so there's our butter chicken. So what it calls for is you're gonna saute a large onion in that oil or butter. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna chop up an onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my toasted onion. It's 1 teaspoon for a 1/4 medium onion. So if you just take it would be technically 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. But I'll just use a tablespoon, and it actually has a really, really good flavor. And now I don't have to chop an onion. So I am happy with that. So I'm gonna get my grill going just a little bit, and I'll show you what I do with chicken. I despise, like, there's nothing more I hate than cutting up chicken than cutting up onion. Those are two things I really, really hate. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna turn this down because it's pretty hot. So we've got our garlic going, you can probably hear that. Okay, so here's my trick. This is what I do with my chicken. I take a fork and I take my Prep Pro scissors from Epicure, and I just oblique the chicken. So I kind of cut up, you go back and forth. It's called oblique when you cut it that way. You may have seen me cut up carrots before, and it's a great way. It's a technique used oblique, not necessarily with scissors, but with a knife. It's a great way to cut up some of those root vegetables to actually get full flavor immersed. I'll show you that. I may have not done it for you before, so I'll show you that next time I make carrots perhaps. But I just keep going with my chicken. I don't even have to touch it. It's great. And then afterwards, I can just throw my scissors in the top rack of my dishwasher. So I don't even have to touch the chicken. I don't have to worry about contaminating my cutting board. I can throw my plate in the dishwasher and away you go. And I'm not just throwing it right into the pan because I don't want the chicken to cook unevenly. So again, that's one thing you do want to keep in mind, not just with vegetables, because I tend to preach, you know, when you're cooking vegetables, you can cook different vegetables together, but you do want to make sure that they're typically about the same size so they cook evenly. Unless, of course, they're different densities, and then you're getting into having to calculate that. But we're not doing that tonight, so I won't get all complicated on you. I want to make a simple dinner. I'm almost done cutting up my chicken. It calls for about a pound of chicken, so that's usually 2 big chicken breasts from Costco. So I'm just gonna take these, toss them in the top rack of my dishwasher. Emmett? All right. So what I'm gonna do now is just toss in my chicken. Now that that's all cut up, the stuff can also go right in the dishwasher. And then I don't even have to contaminate anything here. I'm gonna use one of my Epicure tools, of course. I love my cooking tools. They come in a set, and they're just awesome. So we have our garlic, our oil. We now have our chicken, and I've turned that. Kids are watching Paw Patrol. I don't know if any of you have kids who like Paw Patrol. I find it just makes them crazy. I'm like, am I the only one? Let me know. So we're just gonna get that chicken going. Hopefully you can kind of see into my wok. Maybe I'll tip you guys down a little so you can hopefully see. But this is so easy, guys. Okay. So, what does it say? We've got our butter, we've got our onion. We're gonna add seasoning, a can of coconut milk, and half a cup of crushed tomatoes. So in goes my seasoning. It's this beautiful orangey red curry color. It smells fragrant, smells delicious. I'll get my coconut milk. Now here's a tip. If you've never opened a can of coconut milk, if you've been storing it like this, flip it upside down, and I'll show you why. Flip it upside down before you open it. I'm going to show you why if you've never opened a can of coconut milk before. Okay, so here's why. That liquid settles to the bottom of the can. Okay? So at room temperature, coconut milk will separate. When you flip it upside down, all that liquid is going to be at the top now. Okay? If you were to open it the other way, okay, so now we have our solid. If you were to have opened it the other way, you would have your solid come out first. But what you're gonna end up doing, what you're gonna end up doing if you open it the other way is you're gonna push down and you're gonna try to get this solid stuff out. You're eventually gonna hit through and the liquid is gonna come right back up at you. So, just something I've learned along the way. Open that coconut milk can the other way that it's been stored. If it's been stored right side up, flip her over before you open it. All right, just a tip for you there. All right, so we've got our coconut milk. We've got our seasoning, our chicken. Give that a stir. And we're gonna need that half cup of crushed tomatoes. And I'll show you what I mean by what I do with the rest of it for if I was gonna make like pizza or pasta. If we have time, if time permits here. All right. So I'm just gonna use a half cup of that. Okay, just toss that in. I'm gonna be too particular with my measurements here, but that's about a half a cup. Coconut milk, crushed tomatoes, the seasoning blend. My rice is cooking, and that's it. You're just gonna let it simmer now, and it will cook up nice into a little bit of a thicker sauce. Then if you choose near the end, right before it's done cooking, you can add a half a cup of plain Greek yogurt if you wanted to tone down the seasoning and just add some extra nutrients. I prefer a stronger curry flavor, so I don't typically add the yogurt, but you absolutely can. And it actually is typically in butter chicken, so you can add that right in. So I'm gonna let that cook. While I let it cook, I'm gonna show you what I do with my extra marinara sauce. So I just take one of our 4-cup prep bowls. And I put the rest of it in the can, because honestly what's going to happen is you're gonna put, tin foil on it, or you're gonna put, cellophane or whatever on it, or, what's it called? Plastic wrap, I don't use it. So, and then it's gonna sit in the fridge, you're gonna forget about it, and then it's gonna taste like, I don't know if you've ever had that, where it's like a metallic-y taste in the food. It can't be good. So this is what I do right away, so there's none of that. And this is gonna be if I have some marinara open. No. Okay, so I don't have any marinara here. I think it's actually in my trailer. But all I would do is I put that in the prep bowl, and I'll do this tonight before I go to bed so that I don't forget. I'll put that marinara seasoning in there. I'll pop the lid on it. If I have it somewhere. I'll pop the lid on it, throw it in the fridge, and then you have pizza sauce or pasta sauce just in the fridge, ready to go. You can also freeze it. So just a way and a tip to have sauce ready to go. So that's actually cooking up really, really nicely. I haven't had butter chicken in a little while. We normally make it a lot, and we haven't had it. We've been actually barbecuing quite a lot, so I'm excited to have this. I just love it, and I find it to be like one of our comfort foods. I'll check on the rice. It's got 2 minutes left, so we're good. So I'm gonna turn this up now so that I can thin the sauce out a little bit and really get that boiling. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Now, this is it. You could end it here. Just let it boil while the rice finishes up. Like I said, I have about 2 minutes left on the rice. But If you know me, I always take an opportunity to add extra vegetables to anything I cook. So all I've done is I took my Prep Pro scissors before, you know, I cut the chicken obviously, and I just cut up some cabbage that I had in the fridge, and then also some spinach. I just cut off the ends a little bit so they weren't super long. They're fresh spinach, so I cut down the stems just a little bit. If you really wanted to and you had some time, cut up the stems really small, and then you could just toss it in as well, and you're not wasting anything. But I'm gonna pop that in and use my my strainer, my collapsible strainer. I've already washed all that stuff, and now's the perfect time to throw in that spinach in that. So if you're not into that, don't worry, it doesn't call for that, but that's the beauty of Epicure. It gives you an amazing base for easy, delicious, healthy dinner, and then you can, you know, you can get creative. You can add things to it. So the other great thing I love about Epicure is, you know, it's low and no sodium. So if you're someone who's trying to watch your sodium, even if you're not, I've been eating Epicure so long that when I actually go for takeout, I have to be choosy about what I have, because I can tell it's really, really salty, but you will never be able to add so much salt to a homemade Epicure meal that it would be like super unhealthy. You would never be able to add enough to make it like takeout. So add a little bit of high quality sea salt and you'll be much happier, much healthier. So, hey, no thank you. This is actually our herb garlic sea salt. Grab one of these if you've never tried it, because I use it on everything, just like my SPG. So this is bubbling really, really well. I'll show you what that looks like. And I just personally find adding that little bit of vegetable, not only is it healthier, and getting some vegetables in there, but I think it just brings out some really amazing color. I'm just gonna bring that over to the camera here so you can actually see. My kids were outside all day playing, so they're really tired and irritable, so they're getting hungry. But here's what our butter chicken looks like. So delicious. I hope you guys could see that. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. You can hear the kids fighting. Like, it's been one of those days. I think I might have burnt my towel a little bit over that, but anyways, I'm gonna let that bubble and boil just for a couple more minutes. And since my rice is ready, I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you over here, back over here, and I'm gonna go grab my rice for you. All right, so here's our rice. Let's see what I can use. I never claim to be the cleanest cooker. I usually have my stuff all over the place, and then I clean it up after. So I'm taking out that tray. You can put that in the dishwasher. You can just wash it up really quickly in the sink. But check this rice out. It's honestly perfect. Look at this. I have never been able, until I had my multi-purpose steamer and tried rice in it, I have never been able to make rice this perfect. I mean, look at that. It's cooked perfectly. There's no extra moisture in there. It, you know, has all that veggie and beautiful veggie broth in it. So that's it. It's super, super easy. Okay, so I'm gonna show you just a quick plating of this buttered chicken. Since I have y'all here still. And look at that, I mean, it was so quick that I was able to put this buttered chicken together before my rice was even ready. So, talk about quick. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of rice on here in my bowl. And then I'm gonna take some of that amazing buttered chicken, some of that vegetable, and oh, I'm making a mess, but It smells and looks incredible. Check that out. Done. Ready? My presentation, I kind of let it slop a little bit, but check that out. It smells delicious. It was quick. It was easy. It's healthy. And for us, this is a staple comfort food. So thanks everyone for joining me as I made butter chicken, taking it from raw to ready in under 20 minutes. As always, like, comment, share, and join me next time when we make good food real fast. Have a great day, everyone.